not the Oriental Theater. It's a new theater. They got a new name.
Sorry, I had like cotton in my mouth. I still got cotton in my mouth.
A little cotton ain't never hurt nobody.
It hurts Healy.
Oh, Lord. Did it, though?
I think sometimes we just forget that we're still human beings. Yeah, I think it's important that everyone should know their status. Knowing your status is the first step to really kind of having that conversation. I think it's important we learn how to tackle stigma and get rid of it. I think it's such an extremely amazing thing that I get to do this every day and meet such great people and learn their story and share some of their story with the people that watch this every day. To remember to stay hopeful in victory.
Now, the law in Illinois states that you must, the sexual act is defined as insertive vaginal and anal sex. Not biting, not oral, not spitting.
It ain't rabies.
No, it ain't. You don't get it like that. So, so that's what we're dealing with. So even if a policeman tries to go get that person's record, they'll be like, no, but that's not how this works.
So wait, how are we educating law enforcement then? Or is that a whole nother topic itself?
That's what we need to do. We need to start doing that because a lot of law enforcement, they don't know what the law is. They just think, they don't know what the law is. And so they might arrest someone for that, but obviously they can't prosecute someone because any lawyer be like, he can't do that. I mean, but but that person's name was already put in the paper. Their name was put in the paper. Their picture was put in the paper. So that their status has already been disclosed. And so we're trying to, I think the coalition I'm a part of, one of the things we want to do is...
What's the name of it?
We haven't got a name yet.
When do you meet?
Oh, we meet, well, we meet like once a month, and we have a steering committee. If you want to find out information on how to do that, you can hit me up. I can connect you with that stuff, because you know.
Easy in.
I'm on the Education and Outreach Committee. That's my job. That's what we do. So a lot of what we want to start doing is educating the media on how to deal with this, how to talk about this issue.
Talk about it.
Because you shouldn't be putting people's information out like that. Like that's not. You just shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have the right or the. It's just. And yeah, it's like why do you have to put their status in there? Like that ain't got nothing to do with the situation. You know, it can just be person A. Inmate or whatever. But so we want to start doing education of media. We want to start doing education of the police because the police need to know how to handle these situations. They need to know what the law is. We want to start educating the prosecutors on what the law is. So it's all about education because as we can see, people are not
educated.
They're not educated.
No one's reading books.
No.
And we have the internet. We have. I'm not saying like go search stuff and learn, but like go search stuff and learn. Like
do your
it's
job
all out there. Yeah, like your job just doesn't stop when you get the title. Like your job continues from that point forward. Like I work in claims. Like state laws change all the time.
Your cup is empty.
Can I get some more water?
Yeah, you can get some more water.
Okay. Pause. Got you.
Sorry.
You're fine. I would have just like you could have moved it.
You know. I could have, but yeah, I just want to climb under things.
Okay, well, just don't hurt yourself. I work in claims, and I operate in 6 states. So whenever there is a state that changes their laws or how the procedure is, like, we need to know that because you're working with people who are affected by it, who live in that state. So if I'm telling somebody that they have to pay for this, when their state law says, oh, they no longer have to pay for that, we're still charging them that. Like, that falls on to me. Some people think they're above the law, or they are the law. And because of that, they're not learning the law and what the law is and how they can use the law to protect civilians, protect people who are HIV positive. I'm a rant let me stop myself.
That's the thing, like, that's the part, that's the T, really, of, like, people living with HIV are basically being criminalized for being people, for being sexual beings. You know, just because you become HIV positive doesn't mean you should stop having sex or you should stop living your life. And I feel like that's what these laws do. These laws criminalize people for just living their lives, and it's not fair.
You say it so well.
I drop the T a lot. You know,
drop it. Keep dropping it. It may be hot.
You know, it's simmering.
Make sure there's honey in there, though.
Yeah, and a little lemon. It's like Mariah said. I thought there'd be tea.
Okay, I fucks with that. How do you guys educate yourself when things are ongoing and changing? Because I know it's a lot of information that's probably flowing through your office.
It's just staying on top of things, you know. I know our team went to the HIV is Not a Crime Academy, which is done every 2 years by the Cero Project.
Is it here in Chicago?
No, it's in different parts of the United States. Like last year was in Indianapolis, last year was in Indianapolis. 2 years before that, it was in.
It's like the Super Bowl for gay people.
Yes. So every 2 years it moves around, and there's like workshops, and you get to see what other people in other states are doing to change their HIV criminal laws, and it was amazing. I went last year. It was powerful. It was in Indianapolis, and it was powerful to see like black women, black cisgender, like people like my grandma out there like saying sex is good, sex is great, protect yourself. People just in the front, like it was amazing to be in a room and have black people be at the front, like their voices were at the front. We like white voices, don't get me wrong.
We love everyone, but
I love everyone. But it was great because they're the ones affected by this the most. Black women, trans women, gay men. They were the voices that were being put to the forefront, and I loved seeing that. I loved seeing our community come together and just see young people just like taking charge, and it was really powerful because it's some really deep stuff. You're talking about real life. I did a focus group a couple of months ago, and one of the critiques was that this is a really intense subject.
It is.
And I'm like, yeah, boo, it's your life. Your life, it's your life.
But it's real. It's real life too.
It's real.
So it has to be tough.
Yeah.
Everything real is tough.
Yeah. So I think it's going to those campaigns. Yeah, so we try. Our department tries to stay up on by going to different trainings, by going to different workshops, and just staying really connected to what's happening all over the country. I think I try to develop relationships with people from other states so that I can talk to them and see what they're doing, what's working for them, and bring that back. So.
And I think, like, as I start to dive more into this, like, I'm starting to learn that, like, there are so many other resources, just not only in Illinois, that can offer me, myself, just information about this, because it's huge. Like, that's why I'm like, I can't cover this by myself. I wouldn't want to cover this by myself. I don't want to sound stupid, because even when I first got diagnosed, like, I didn't know the law. I didn't know what HIV meant. I didn't know how it was transmitted. I was very uneducated about it.
One size fits all does not work when it comes to talking about sex, and especially when it comes to talking about things that affect our community.
Yes.
Systematic racism, come on now. It's a thing.
It is.
And I think that also drives up a lot of our rates too, and we don't talk about it. We don't talk about the systems that are set up that keep people from getting tested because they don't have the information available to them. And why don't they have the information available to them? Because they're not getting the information. Why aren't they getting the information? Because they live in communities they're not supposed to get the information. It's all kind of, built on each other. It's why the PrEP usage in the African American community is taking so long to develop, is because we were the last to get it, even though we're the highest.
It wasn't advertised to us. Even though we are the priority population. We know that the statistics say that, gay men who are men MSMs, gay MSMs.
You got it, sis. Are the highest rating, are the highest infected rates. So we know that, but yet PrEP was not being pushed to those people. So there's a problem with that.
It is
a problem.
It's like if you're not getting that information, then you essentially are bound to become a case, or sadly, lack of better words, you become a statistic.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate that young people are becoming statistics. Correct me if I say that wrong, because I hate that word. At a very young age, and they can't even live their life happy or just be full, or and just sex positive. And that's okay, because like that's just who I am. I'm about to spill my tea, because that's a hot tea. I'm gonna cut this out.
I'm like, do you talk about your stuff?
Yeah, but like I feel like the more we talk about it and share it and preach, it's acceptable. People understand that that's human. People understand that you shouldn't be shamed for the fact that you do like those things. But I feel like it's much more severe within the black community, because, and I don't know why. I really don't.
I don't think it's generational. I think it's the church. You know, I'll go there. I'm gonna go there, boo. I'm gonna go there. I'm Catholic, so I can go there.
Did you go walk in there? You gonna set on?
I'm gonna walk it in there. I'm gonna set it on fire. Y'all preaching some hate. I went to a great workshop on sex in the church.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was deep.
That'd have been interesting.
We went in there and they just talked about how does the church play into the way we talk about sex at home and in life, and a lot of it is that, you know, the preacher gets up there and he talks about, you know, all these gay people, they sinning and they sinners, and the woman out here being loose, and it's just, sex is always taught in a way of shaming and guilting, and, you know, the gay person is the sinner, you know, and they can never become whole, because as long as they're gay, doing that gay thing, they will always be the sinner. Whereas the woman, she can be loose, she can, you know, do her thing, but then she has a baby and she can take care of the baby, she's fine. But the gay person is always left in sin. And so we talked about that and how that just plays into keeping us from talking about what's happening with us and keeps us in the dark. You know, like I said earlier, you only stick to your secrets, you know, and it's just we need to get past that preaching to people that who they are wrong, who they are as a person is wrong. And what they do is wrong, because they're just people. And so the church, I think it starts with the church. We need to find ways of getting past that, where we can have the church be a place to uplift us all. Because I love God, I love Jesus, I'm all about praising Him. But I believe my God wants me to love everyone. You know? He does not he does not think that gay people are wrong. Because I was like, if God made me in His image, then I'm fine the way I am.
Preach it.
I was already saying I was born this way, boo.
Yes. When we start to say that they aren't okay, is when we start to see issues with gay black men, gay Latino men, and then because we're not supporting them, we're not uplifting them, we're not accepting them, and we're not giving them the right resources. Because I don't care, no matter what you say, who your best friend is, your family should, I'm not gonna say every family's like that, but your family should and will always be there. Like, my family is my support system. Like, if I'm ever embarrassed about telling someone something, I always tell my mom, I tell my brother, someone in my family, because regardless of what they may think or what they may say or how they may feel, they still my family. You know, at the end of the day, like, and so when people start to kind of realize that the family is the pyramid of the community, and then kind of use that pyramid structure to then teach and preach from love. If we don't get past it, then we're not helping getting to zero. We're not helping getting that generation zero, if you will.
And I think that's the thing, like HIV criminalization, the specific criminal laws here in America, but even in Illinois, they are based out of stigma. They're based that being HIV positive is something's wrong with you and you must be confined. And that's not how it is. You know, the science has shown that people living with HIV, especially if they're on medication, they're taking their meds, and they're virally suppressed, they're not a harm to anybody. They're not a harm to anybody. So we need to make sure these laws are adjusted so that we can stop criminalizing people for just living their lives. You know, if I'm taking my meds, I'm doing my thing, I can't transmit HIV to someone. So obviously, I'm not purposely trying to. My intent is not to transmit HIV to them. I'm not that boogeyman who's out there trying to give everybody HIV.
Shove bees down their damn throats.
Yeah, I do not have time for that. You know, I got another gay agenda. It's not that. Okay.
Now that you mention it, because I checked my phone, and I didn't mean to like disturb you while you were talking, but I'm about to take my medication right now. So
take it.
Yeah, let me do that on screen.
It's like it's like in Rent, AZT break.
Yes, I just got that.
It's not the Oriental Theater. It's a new theater. They got a new name.
Sorry, I had like cotton in my mouth. I still got cotton in my mouth.
A little cotton ain't never hurt nobody.
It hurts Healy.
Oh, Lord. Did it though?
I want to dig into your head from a personal perspective. When I brought up getting to zero, do you think that's possible with the way the laws are the way they are now?
I think it makes it harder. I think, like I said, it makes it harder because it keeps people from knowing their status, which is something we want people to do.
Yeah.
We can't get to zero if people do not know their status, and that's one of the biggest drivers of the epidemic is people not knowing their status. So I do think that if these laws went away, it would definitely help. Because it would get rid of that. It might help get rid of that stigma which I think, like I said, stigma kills you. It keeps us in the dark, keeps us just us from being whole.
We want you to come out in the light.
Come on, boo.
It's nice over here.
Come on, Caroline.
I'm glowing. He's glowing. Look at us.
I'm telling you. I thought it was just my skin. Like, isn't that what she says on the video?
Oh, my Lord.
My skin gleaming. Seven rings.
Yeah.
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 Oh, look at
Just Bob, the crib, just for the closet, both his and hers. I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. That was the real
bring them on with.
Yeah,
Just saying.
that.
I think we're talking about the laws, and I think the laws. It would help if the laws changed. It would definitely help with attacking this epidemic, because, like I said, it causes stigma. It just keeps the stigma that being HIV positive means you're a danger to society.
Yeah.
And if knowing your status, we need people to know their status. Like, that's just key. We want you to get tested. We want you to know your status. And then we want you to get care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's another piece. We not only is knowing your status important, but getting into care is important as well. You know, making sure you're taking your meds and making sure you have support, you know, mental support, all the support.
I just take my meds.
Yeah, come on. Taking your meds is important to keep you healthy. Because disease is chronic, and you can live a long life with it, and you don't have to. And once you become undetectable, you cannot transmit HIV to anyone else, which is because you equals you. Come on now.
I think the more you preach it, you talk about it, the more we can move forward with it. But before we go ahead and end this, did you have anything else you would like to say to the audience?
Oh, just, you know, sex is fun. Have fun. Have lots of sex. And protect yourself. And I think, for me, I think what I want people to know is that these laws are really, really serious. And we should take them very, very serious. But there's a movement happening to get rid of these laws, because they're not backed up by science today. So we really need to change these laws. They cause more harm than good. And so, yeah. And thank you guys for letting me talk to you and hang with you.
Thank you.
Let's spill some tea.
Yeah, and you behind the screens can be a part of that moment. You know, and just reach out. I'm gonna drop resources all in the description and like different links all across this video wherever I can get them to fit. But I want to go ahead and thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I hope you had an awesome time. I am Dusty Lion, and this is
Coleman Goode. I don't know. I was actually thinking. I was completely thinking about something. I was thinking about Ariana Grande. So I was actually singing in my head like, I'm going to Europe in July, so I can't. I don't know.
Gotta say them, yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm going to be.
Those tickets are expensive, dude.
I know. That's why I said I'm going to London and Paris and Germany for my birthday.
Oh, when's your birthday?
August 4th.
Oh.
I'm a Leo.
That's why
I'm a Leo.
Yeah, that's why we get along, because he's a fucking Leo.
Oh, what are you?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh! Okay, now it makes sense.
What was that about?
No, I like Geminis. No. My boss was a Gemini.
So what you trying to say about...
See, there you go. There it is right there. See, did y'all see that switch? Did y'all see the switch?
But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you want to break HIV stigma or just want to get involved, it starts with that one awkward and amazing conversation at a time. Again, I'm Dusty Lion, and you guys have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.